Hello, and welcome to the Gamer's Closet. I'm your host, Douglas Weed, and today we're going to be talking about Zathura Adventure is Waiting. This is a board game from 2005 manufactured by the Pressman Toy Company, based off of a movie from Columbia Pictures of the same name. The game itself is a roll, spin, and movement game and seats anywhere from 2 to 4 players. It is rated for ages 7 and up, and playtime on it is about 30 to 45 minutes. But let's dig into it a little further, shall we?
Lisa, I need you to look after your two favorite people in the whole world.
You're dead! I'm sorry.
Keep your eye on them, make sure they don't burn down the house.
Dad, okay! Danny! Where are you? Zathura. Will you play with me? Read this for me. Meteor shower. It says take evasive. Walter, check this out.
Columbia Pictures presents a new adventure from the world of Jumanji.
If this is some weird kind of joke you guys are trying to pull, you're dead.
What does it say? We go home when we're finished. We gotta keep playing.
The game is on.
She's frozen in cryonic sleep. Dad's gonna kill us.
The danger is real.
Your robot is defective. We don't even have a robot. That's your robot? Dude, you're just jealous because I have a robot and you don't. Why would
Emergency must destroy.
And the adventure is just beginning.
Looks like you got a pretty serious Zorgon problem.
What do they eat?
Meat.
That's good.
Dude, you're meat.
Hey! Lisa's back! You guys actually set the house on fire! Ah!
They're gonna board us.
What's gonna board us?
Nothing's gonna happen to you. Because I'm your brother. I think we're home.
Zathura.
I gotta tell you, the house looks fantastic.
In 2005, Pressman Games released Zathura Adventure is Waiting. The game was released at the same time with the Columbia Pictures release of the same name. The object of the game is to be the first player to reach the planet Zathura before the last piece of your house is blasted apart. If the entire house is destroyed before any player reaches Zathura, the evil Zorgon aliens win. The game was created off the one pictured in the film and has several nice touches. The box says it's from Fairview Games, just like in the film, and even has a warning about finishing the game on the underside of the box lid. The game does come with multiple pieces. It comes with the planet Zathura, a bridge, Tosaurus 3, a console, a robot piece, 4 spaceship pieces, 55 order cards, 8 defense tokens, 1 asteroid game die, and an 8-piece house puzzle. When setting up this game, place Zathura, the bridge, Tosaurus 3, and the console just as pictured in this picture. Mix the defense tokens Z side up and place one on each space that has a Z on it. Place the robot piece on its own space on the game board track. Mix the order cards Z side up and then open the door on the top of the console. Remove the weighted square that's inside. Place the card Z side up in the console housing and replace the weighted square with the arrow showing at the top and close the console door. Put the 8 pieces of the puzzle together to form the house and place it off to the side of the game board. Each player takes a spaceship and places it on the Earth near where the rocket is blasting off. When it is your turn, the first space that you count will be the blue one on the track. There must be at least one piece left of the house for the game to keep going. Each time a part of the house is removed, there is no way of getting it back. There are two parts to your turn. First, spin the space travel indicator that is on the left side of the console and move your spaceship that many spaces along the board. Second, turn the key on the console and press the go button to eject a card. Then follow that order that's on that card. Many of the cards that are ejected will give you straightforward instructions that you will follow. After you carry out your orders, place the cards off to the side in a discard deck. If you run out of cards before the game ends, mix the cards and reload the console. There are also 3 special kind of cards that I will be going over in a moment. Most of the spaces you land on will be regular spaces, either red, white, or blue, but there are several special spaces on the board. If you land on the Thesaurus 3 space on the planet, its gravitational pull sucks you in. You must remain there until any other player spins an even number. Then, on your next turn, press the lever to escape and move your ship forward. The robot cannot land on Thesaurus 3, and they must skip to the next available space. The meteor and rocket blast spaces are 2 spaces that simply count as regular white spaces on the board. When you land on a Z space that still has a defense token on it, you need to take it. Place it in front of you face up so that way all other players can see it. Different defenses will help you with different problems during the game. Each defense token can only be used once. After you use it, put it into a discard pile. Now to the 3 special cards I mentioned earlier. The first of these are navigation cards. You use the asteroid dice. Whenever you get orders to attempt to navigate, the asteroid dice is rolled. If you roll safe, all is well and the next player goes. But if you don't, a piece of your house is lost. Depending on what color space you were on when you were told to navigate, you may get help from other players. Look at the color of the space to see where you are when you get the navigate card. If you're on a white space, only you will roll the dice 1 time. If you were on a blue space, choose any other player to also take a die roll. If you were on a red space, every player gets a chance to roll the dice. Only 1 safe roll is needed to navigate safely and save the house from more damage. The second of these special cards are Zorgon cards. When you receive any order about Zorgons, you need to distract them with a fire token or an astronaut token. If you have one of these, it will defend you. After using it, put that token in the discard pile. If you don't have one of these tokens, try and get any other player that has one to play it for you. If they do, after the token is played, change places with that player. If you can't get anyone to play a token for you, a piece of the house is taken off. The third and final type of card are robot cards. These cards change the position of the robot on the game board. It's malfunctioning and on the lookout for alien life forms to destroy. It thinks that's you. And the only way to fight it is with a reprogram token. If you have a reprogram token or can get one from another player, it will defend you. But the robot will then get sent back to its original space. If you do not have a reprogram token, you must move back 5 spaces while the robot stays on your space. During the game, anytime you land on the robot, you move back 5 spaces. If the robot is on a token, you cannot take it unless you have a reprogram token. If you use the reprogram token, send the robot back 5 spaces. If you move the robot back, it cannot affect another player. If there is a player 5 spaces back, the robot must move to the next available space behind them. To end and win the game, follow the spiral track leading up to Zathura. This is an area that the robot cannot enter. When your spaceship is on this part of the track, you continue to spin and take orders. When your move takes you up to the space just before Zathura on your next turn, you can spin the planet and try to be the first one to enter. To enter Zathura and win the game, the orange part on the planet must be facing the pathway. Once a player has entered Zathura, the game is over and the house is returned to its original condition. Well, this has been an overview of Zathura Adventure is Waiting. This is a fairly interesting board game. Again, it's based off of a film, which does have a lot of footage of the game in the film itself, and this is a pretty decent representation of that game. The card reader runs the same. It shoots cards out at you. You have to work with your opponents to try to get through the house and make sure to do die rolls and things of that nature. So it's a pretty decent game. like I said, it's a roll, spin, and movement game, but in this particular case, it doesn't really have a lot of strategy behind it. It's just die rolls, and if your opponents and or friends want to help you get through challenges, it benefits everybody because it doesn't have your house get destroyed. So it's not really a strategy game. I'd say this is more of a family fun game. The game itself goes online anywhere from about $20 to $60 on the average. You can find sealed copies online. Sometimes they go up to about $100. So I would honestly look around. It's not a really hard game to find, but if you want a good copy, you might have to pay a little bit more than you're used to for a board game that's got some age to it. The game is fairly well built. It does rely on stickers for the game board, so they do peel after time, so you might actually have to do a little bit of gluing like I had to make sure the stickers stay in place. It is a very fun game. It's a quick game. If you're a fan of the film, you will love this game. If you have kids that you want to get involved in playing board games with, but you don't want anything too difficult, this might be a really good option for you. The game itself is a fairly good game, so if you haven't played it before, I would recommend playing this game. And if you're a fan of the film, I really recommend playing this game because it plays just like it does in the film, so you'll have a really good time. Well, that's it from us here at the Gamer's Closet. We'd like to thank you for checking out our video on Zathura Adventure is Waiting from Pressman Games. If there's a game that you would like us to review or go over in the future, please put it in the comments below. Please hit subscribe so that way you can be the first to check out our future content. And as always, please have a great gaming day.